collaborate and listen while communicating with others. September 8, 2013. Good communication is required in all areas that you are part of. Effective communication, dear ones, has no discrimination. All ages, all background and cultures and situations that are being faced achieve a better outcome when you have been able to communicate clearly and effectively. Remember, dear ones, not everyone are exact mind readers. Whomever you are speaking with, even in writing, are not necessarily aware of what is going on inside of your head. If you want to express yourself in a clear and concise manner, you will have to step out of self-created comfort zones, find a little confidence and share what you feel as being valid and important. Try to remember, dear ones, when you communicate you are also required to listen. It is important on how you deliver your words in order for them to be received the way you intended. Good communication is effective and is required at home, at your workplace, with friends, with strangers, with acquaintances, with everyone that you come into contact with. If you are aiming to enhance and develop the relationships you currently have or create new ones, it is important that you learn how to listen to what is being said, and share what you are thinking, and what your heart is telling you. Keeping things bottled up will not help to nourish your relationships. Don't expect the other person or persons to know what you want if you do not speak, or when you do speak you don't express clearly what it is you are hoping to achieve. Choosing the right words is important. Having a calm and kind tone of voice is essential. Remembering to keep your voice level and not rise when discussions become strained or the energy of the dialogue begins to increase. Don't undermine your work and effort by not remembering to listen well, or by not asking for clarification if you do not understand what is being said. Communication requires both parties to be focused on what each other is saying to be effective. We understand communication and interacting with others can be difficult for many people who lack the confidence to speak up and share their ideas. You are not alone, dear ones. There are many sources available to help you become better at speaking with others that will boost your confidence, and you also have us. When you are feeling a little uncertain or your confidence is on the low side, know you can always invoke the presence of an angel, a master, or any deity that you pray to or seek guidance from. We are always here for you. We cannot help you unless you ask for our help, and when you do we will guide you and support you to find methods that will help raise your communication skills, because the world you are living in requires good communication in order to proceed, learn and to grow. We don't want you to become stuck because you don't understand a concept which causes setbacks. We want you to progress and move forward, and we will help you, dear ones, whenever you call on us. Remember, we mentioned communication requires you to not only speak well but to listen well. Apply effective listening techniques and methods during any conversation you are having. This can still be done through written communication as well. You just have to be a little more creative and aware. When you are having a conversation, dear ones, it is important to pay attention to what the person is saying. While you are listening to the words, you are also listening to the body language, sensing their emotions that will help you to understand what is being said. If you are in front of the person, don't be afraid to make eye contact. Making eye contact gives the person who is speaking the understanding that you are listening. If you are looking away at other things, you give the impression you are distracted and not listening. A great way to make sure you are understanding what is being said, you reflect back verbally on what was being said, which provides a sort of verbal feedback that also tells the one who had just spoken that you do understand. Be patient when you are being spoken to, even if the conversation is done in writing. Patience is essential in every area of your life and is very important during the times you are communicating with others. Remember, dear ones, when you are listening to what is being said, you are not just listening to the words but to how the message is being delivered. If the person is sounding upset, then you know these words are coming from a place of frustration, or if the person is sounding calm, you also are given cues to the emotional state of the person delivering the message. Reading the emotions within the words from the body language that is expressed helps you to understand what is being said. Before you give your response, remember, when responding you clarify what you heard before you share your thoughts and concerns. Communicating with others doesn't have to be scary. Every time you have the opportunity to interact with another dear soul, you are given a gift to learn something of yourself and something of the person whom you are speaking with. The interaction provides many lessons that both are able to learn from for future interactions and communications with others. Like we said earlier, good communication is not only for the workplace or for your home, it is necessary wherever you are that you have the possibility of speaking to others, even if they are cashiers at your local variety store, a teller at a bank. It makes no difference who they are or what they do. What is important, dear ones, is how you interact with others and if you are able to communicate effectively and understand what is being said clearly. When you are able to understand what is being said, you are able to grow. When you are spoken to, dear ones, even through written form, and you are being asked for something, follow through by not judging the other person. If you have concerns over something that is being asked of you, work them out with this person and not with others. Be respectful every time you are given the opportunity to interact and communicate with others. If you are receiving support from someone, remember to show appreciation for what they have done for you, no matter how small the gesture was. Don't let someone's appearance hinder you from being able to communicate effectively. Everyone deserves to be heard. Learn to concentrate on the issues the person is presenting. You will be greeted with differences of opinion. Not everyone thinks the same way you do. This is your chance to apply some effort to understand what another person is bringing to the conversation that is based on their perspective, and most definitely on their beliefs. Appreciate what is being shared even if it's different to your own views. We encourage you to be open and direct, but at the same time being sincere. Remember, all it takes is one misplaced word for a conversation to turn ugly. Be mindful of your own emotions and words, and if needed, use some light humor. Humor, if done right, can break the ice of any discomfort and ease communication efforts. It is important, dear ones, when you are working with others and you have the ability to work and speak with them face to face, to remember that timing, the right place, and the relevance of the message you are trying to give. It is understood that some people are not within close proximity to speak face to face to. This can make communication a little difficult because you cannot see body language or facial expressions. You cannot always determine if the message through written form is from a person that is upset or happy unless they use key words that give you cues of how they are feeling. This kind of communication, you can still clarify how the person is feeling and clarify what the person is trying to say before misunderstandings are created and problems arise. Don't be passive, dear ones, when there are situations working and moving around you and other people are talking about these situations and events. Interact, dear ones, with what is being said, and share your concerns and give responses that you understand or that you don't understand. Sitting quietly, saying nothing will not bring you closer to understanding, and it doesn't allow you to voice what is important to you. All people involved in all communication and interactions are equally important. What you think also matters. We see too often people become obsessed with what is wrong or who is at fault during a difficult or challenging situation, when what is needed is a collaboration of all that is involved to work out solutions that will benefit all and make the situation better. Don't always focus on what you like or don't like when someone speaks to you. Learn to move your attention to the person who is speaking and communicating with you, and remember, when someone has chosen you to speak to, it's important to return the favor by listening to what they are sharing without being judgmental or critical. It is up to you to understand what is being said. There are many mistakes done when people are trying to communicate with one another. When someone has chosen to share with you a difficult issue that is sometimes sensitive, don't soften up what is being said by making it pretty. If you are the listener and if you are the speaker, it goes the same. Don't soften what you are trying to say. Be confident, dig within yourself for a little extra courage to express yourself in a constructive and straightforward manner so that your message will be clearly understood instead of being misunderstood. It is important that what you are trying to say is delivered clearly and respectfully. Communication is hard, it can be a challenge, but you can make it better by trying to understand, and that is the key, dear ones, understanding. You can't understand if you haven't really listened with full focus to what is being said, because then you only get part of the message, and the person doing the sharing is left feeling disgruntled because they will already know you have not heard completely. Dear ones, sometimes the most effective way to increase support for any idea which other people are unsure about is to indicate that you have heard their concerns. Be understanding and empathetic. Demonstrate that you have heard, and if you require further understanding, don't be afraid to ask. There is so much for you to learn, and there is so much growth waiting for you, and much of this growth comes from the lessons you gain from the communication and interactions you have. Even with us, communicating with the divine requires clarity of thought and emotions, giving of respect and appreciation. Just because you may not be able to see us, doesn't mean we are not there, guiding and supporting you when you ask for us. Take the time, dear ones, to help yourself communicate better and more effectively. It will improve your current relationships and it will foster new ones. This is your journey, it is up to you, and on the choices you make that determine your route. You are able to learn so much of yourself through each conversation you have. Make use of this information, as it will come in handy for the next opportunity to interact with another dear soul. I am Melchizedek through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com